Spanish ladies. Farewell, adieu, ladies of Spain. For we've received orders for to sail back to Boston. And so never more shall we see you again.
Hey there YouTube, how you doing? This is the big day. Finally got around to clear coating the hull with some poly boat varnish, and the deck's been boat varnished as well, so now I'm not afraid to throw it around and do whatever to it. We've got the torpedoes nearly done as well. I finished those today, and the foredeck all done and dusted. That's been poly coated with the boat varnish as well, so we're nearly there. I'm going to put this together and get on with blowing stuff up today. So we have a tank wherever it's gone, old knackered Henalong tank, and I'm going to be just sticking together quickly so we can blow it up with the lasers. Stand by for action. We'll do the laser blowing up at the end of this video. I think it's going to be an hour-long session today with all the bits and pieces that we've got to put together. I've got to tidy up all my wiring as well because it was spaghetti junction the other day. Amazing amount of wiring to go in this just to make things switch on and off. But yeah, and after yesterday's live stream where one of the motors gave out and we nearly had a fire in the boat with the batteries just overheating. Man, panic stations. Thanks to Pat for noticing that on the video, by the way, because I didn't spot the smoke. The watchers on the live stream spotted the smoke first, which was really cool. So thanks, guys. Okay, we've got the steering linkage all hooked up with the servo, and it's going on battery 1. Good idea as well to start labelling up as you're doing this, your cables, when you've got so many, just to remind you where they go, because it's easily forgotten once it's been on the shelf for a couple of months where you've put stuff and what goes to what. So I've done that. I'm just going to give one final test to the third motor here, this middle one that's been giving me trouble, now that I've moved the propeller out of the way, and see if it still causes the overheating problem on the ESC and the batteries. So we'll see that in just a second. The motor's all hooked up now. Here goes nothing. Switch her on, and she's getting signal, and I can already hear the motors trying to go. So no, it's that middle motor. It's done it again. Stupid fault, really. They were screaming at me yesterday on the live stream, do not put the middle motor back on. Don't put it back on. Well, I couldn't resist it. I put it back on, and it's royally stuffed it. So I'm just going to wait until the ESC calms down and restart, really. But which bit's got hot? See, there's nothing even remotely warm on this. Anyway, maybe someone a bit wiser can tell me. It's just that motor. I think it's... I can't even remember where I got the motor from, to be honest. So we'll leave that off. It can run perfectly fine on 2 motors. So crack on with the wiring then. One of the things I forgot to show you in previous videos is the steering mechanism. Took me absolutely ages to get this right, because at the back, I don't know if you can see, but there's a large rudder. Let me just turn this around a little bit. There's a large rudder and 2 small ones on the outside, and they all turn at different rates. So getting that to turn correctly was a feat of engineering in itself. But again, just by trial and error, and then I got it right, because I've seen loads of convoluted and complicated ways of getting these to all turn at the same rate, and I just thought, well, there's got to be a simpler way, and there is. Just this little V-shaped attachment to go on the top. I'll just show you how that works. It just sits on top like that. So when I pull the rudders, let me just there you go. I'm just using one of them there. Obviously I'd have 2 on to help it, but that's it. So there we go, all turning at the same rate. Anyway, I just thought I'd throw that. So in the back, we've got 2 battery boxes, each one containing 2 18650 batteries, giving about 7.5 volts each. One's for the lighting and the lasers, and the other's for the motors. There's the scratch-built propeller tubes, all scratch built, scratch built, scratch built, scratch built. Motors rescued from different various toys. That middle motor, I'm not going to hook that one up because it puts too much stress on the motor. Well, we'll see actually, because I did notice yesterday. I was wondering why when we did the first run it was making a funny noise, and I reckon it's because the middle one was rubbing against the hull. Now that would have added extra stress to that motor, and possibly the reason for the battery box overheating and melting stuff. So I'm going to give it one more go with that today. I mean, I'm confident I'm not going to blow anything else up, but I would like all three running. So I've adjusted the propeller tube so it's moved the propeller down a bit and off of the hull. So up here we've got the switch. That'll be the switch for turning on and off the lasers. I'll get all the rest of the gubbins in just a second. Okay, so the ASC's had a chance to cool down now. Let's have a see the motors going. And the steering. I need a better view of that. So I think we're going to get quite a bit of speed out of this. So let's get the rest of the wiring done. So as you can see, we've tidied the wiring up considerably since you last saw it. At least it's all going down the middle now and it's not as complicated and everything's labelled up. I've also put a new receiver aerial cable that runs around the entire hull of the boat just to give us a good signal. There's a servo in for the steering, receivers in, switches in, gimbal's ready to go. So I'm just going to put this together now, and the next thing is the soak test in the bath, and we'll go see if it's going to capsize or not with all the weight from that gimbal. The gimbal, the actual laser holders are made out of copper pipe, and the lasers themselves have a huge brass jacket around them, which makes them incredibly heavy. And you can see it is sticking up proud there quite a way. And if you look from the hull to the top there's a little bit of a worry of capsize on this, but we'll see. Anyway, we'll get it on the bath. Hopefully I've got enough ballast in there at the back with the batteries to keep her level and straight, but we'll see. Well, there you go, guys. I don't know if this actually classes as a maiden voyage, but we're going to check her out anyway. God, I thought she was sinking then. Okay, so power's on. I need the RC on. Where it's gone. So let's get the RC on. Try some. Right. It's left and right on the rudder. That's working. Holy shit. Yeah, this is going to go like a rocket, to be honest. And it seems to be stable as well. So, rocking it from side to side, she's fine. So, boys and girls, there we have it. So, a little bit forward. Back, forward, back, forward, and that's nowhere near that. I'm just tickling the throttle. That is so fast. Obviously I've not mounted the other guns yet, no need to bring them up here, but she's looking glorious. I can't wait to get this on the pond. So, and get the lasers on. So as you can see, we've got everything fully functioning, so that should be great when we get it in the pond. Right, let's get it back in the shed and see if we've got any leakage inside. I don't think we will have. All the wiring's a little bit more tidy than it was before. Such a mess of spaghetti. Well, it still kind of is, but this will do. We've had the soak test. There is no water inside. The little glistening you can see is the glue that I used to put the hull together. But yeah, happy with that. No leaks at last. And as you saw in the previous video, it's going to be difficult to capsize. So all ready for the pond, and I can't wait. For those of you that are interested, by the way, this is a bog standard. Let me put it together and I'll tell you what it is. So, 11 years in the making. Italeri 1:35 Schnellboot. This is as much as I'm going to do on it. I've shown you it blowing stuff up. We put the lasers on it for the crazy story from B3TA, for War of the Worlds 2. Let me just get the other cannons. Let's put them on. I may stick a couple of torpedoes on as well, why not? So, torpedo. Yeah, I know the torpedoes are different colours. That's because one of them's not finished. But considering I started this 11 years ago, then had a break from modelling for about, I don't know, 11 years. And then starting to watch... well, I've been a fan of Bad Chad for ages. Bad Chad's YouTube channel. I've been a subscriber of the channel since he started it. So, there we go. Got the guns in. So, that's her. You just seen the soak test in the bath. More than happy with that. This thing's going to go like an absolute rocket. I am going to get a bigger ESC though for it, because I don't think it's going to stand up for too long with all the motors running. So there we have it, boys and girls. That's as good as it gets for me. Obviously we've used just paints on this. We haven't used any pastels or posh stuff that other modelers use. This is what can be achieved with just straight up spray painting and paintbrushes. And I think it's turned out okay. Rigging's all on. I haven't put the flag on. It's a bit of a shit flag actually. If I'm going to do a flag, I might silk screen one myself. Yeah, I know about that bit there. That was an oopsie, but there's always going to be oopsies. I'll get that sanded out and done properly at some point. Yeah, Italeri 1:35 scale model of the S100 Schnellboot. Bit of a famous thing if you've watched my other videos. What can I say? It is a great kit. Absolutely everything fitted properly. Everything according to the instructions. The photo etch stuff that you get with it is incredible. Highly recommended. I think these are running at about 200 quid at the moment to buy the actual kit. Easily moddable by anyone. This now you can get the full remote control kit for this aftermarket set. Back when I bought this, you couldn't get it, so I made my own propeller tubes, as I've mentioned before. All the motors in it came out of rescued toys and knackered toys that the kids have had over time. So it hasn't really cost a lot apart from the initial cost of the model. But I can't believe how much it's gone up. I really can't. It was 90 quid when I bought it 11 years ago, and now it's over 200 quid. So insane the way things have gone up. That's it then, YouTube. She's finished. You might see it again on a pond somewhere. I hope you've enjoyed the series of videos that I've done. I've no idea what project I'm going to do next. We've got a few to choose from. Up here, there's the German tank Type 4. I'm sure you've seen that before in other videos. We've got another Italeri, but this is the English version of the German one, Elco 80 torpedo boat. We've still got to build over here. There's an Apache. There's my Spitfire, wherever it's gone. There it is. What else have we got? We've got HMS Hood to build. We've got a Resistance Wing Fighter there to build. That's already built, the Millennium Falcon, but needs a lot of repairs to it. So there's plenty of projects to come up. As I say, I hope you've enjoyed the videos. If you fancy it, give me a subscribe. Why not? It doesn't cost you anything. A like would be good. And hey, any comments you've got to make, just put them in the comments. Simple as that. Notifications, ding bell, thingamajig. Try to be a professional YouTuber. It's never going to work, is it? Anyway, there you go. There she is. Look at that. Really, really happy with it. So if you've been keeping up with the storyline that I did for this, the War of the Worlds 2 theme, the Nazis finding the alien weaponry at the bottom of the ocean and using it in World War II. I tried to give the boat a battle-worn or worn-out kind of look with plenty of rust and dribbles and all sorts of stuff on it. I think that's the best you can do just using paints. I mean, if I did go the pastels way and the chalks and all that kind of stuff, doubtless I could have done a better job, but I haven't got the money for that kind of thing all the time. I mean, this has already taken at least a couple of 100 hours, remote controlling it up, painting it, putting it together, redoing the paint, doing the paint again, sanding, doing the paint again, until I finally get it the way, well, I'm happy with it, as I've said before. But doing this hobby, I mean, I'm trying to get more people back into this hobby because I spent, when I gave this up 11 years ago, I started playing an online game called Star Wars: The Old Republic. I had my own guild called the One, and got quite big. It got to be quite big in the end, and but it took 10 years of my life, and at the end of it, there's nothing to show. You've just been playing a video game. There's nothing. You've not created anything. Yeah, you've had fun online with your friends, but at the end of it, it's just cost you money, and you've got nothing to show. Because there's nothing you can do with your account once you've finished. But modelling, I tell you, you buy one of these, especially the Tamiya stuff or the good quality stuff, and it's going to keep its value more or less. I mean, these tanks now cost around about £800 to £1,000 each to buy in kit form. And if you do a really good job painting them up and whatever, they can sell for that much if you keep them and treat them well. So modeling's a great hobby, even if you don't get to the great heights of making things look really real. You've got something to show for it at the end of the day that you can leave your kids or involve your kids in making these things, and they are great fun. Anyway, that's modelling. That's enough for today. I'm absolutely shattered. Finishing the model, doing the live stream as well today. Man, we've done some live streams this week. I think 15, 16 hours of live streams this week, and long may it continue. Anyway, thanks to everyone from Bad Chad's channel for supporting me. Bad Chad and the guys at B3TA, thank you so much for your lunacy. Well, boys, wish me luck, because here we go. We are on. Let's get it on the black. Back a bit. Lasers on target. I've got it on low power at the moment, so I can fiddle with it. Right, both on the same spot. Cool. Settle the motors down. The little whistling you can hear of the motors. Okay, we're upping the power. Let's get it in one spot for long enough. Come on. Right. Shift you along, it's not playing. Right, are we ready? How's that looking? Okay, looks like we're ready to go, guys. We've got looks like we're ready to go, guys. Got everything in order. Lasers are on. We're at about as much power as we can drag out of it, so it's just a matter of waiting until it melts through, and then off we go. Lasers on. Let me just cool down a bit. Ah! Okay, let's do it. Fire and hold. Holy shit! Okay, let's do it. Fire and hold. Holy shit! Okay, let's do it. Fire and hold. Holy shit!